Namaskar, children. Hope you all are doing fine. And I hope you all are studying at home, utilizing your time, and completing your worksheets. Children, nowadays, the word that is pandemic, which we hear very often in the newspapers, in the news channels. So, what is the meaning of the word pandemic? Pandemic and epidemic, both are very close to each other. So, epidemic means when there's an outbreak of disease in a particular area, say in a community or a country or a state. And what is pandemic? Pandemic means when there's an outbreak of any disease which is beyond the country, that is throughout the world. It is called as pandemic. As you know very well, in the present scenario, COVID-19, it's called as a pandemic because it is spreading like wildfire throughout the world. I hope you came to know the difference between epidemic and pandemic. So children, in today's segment, we will be starting the third chapter from the book Snapshot, and the name of the chapter is Ranga's Marriage, which is on page number 16. You can see here. And children, it is written by Masti Venkatesh Iyengar, and Shama is the narrator. So children, writer means a person who writes, and narrator is a person who narrates a story. So sometimes the writer can also be a narrator, but in this lesson the narrator and writer are different. And children, the story has been written during the British time in a small village of Karnataka, Mysore. Children, this lesson, it's a narrative, and Ranga is the protagonist of this story. So who is protagonist? Protagonist is the person who is the main character of the story. So the story revolves around the protagonist. So in this lesson, as the name suggests, Ranga's marriage. Ranga is the protagonist of the story. Now, as you know, the title of the lesson is Ranga's marriage. So you can know very well, it is a story about a young man, you can say, named Ranga, and it's about his marriage. And this story also highlights a very sensitive issue of child marriage, and it has been shown in a very comical and humorous way in this lesson. We will be seeing that the narrator, that is Shama, he wants Ranga to get married to a 11 years old girl named Ratna, and how his marriage takes place and how the narrator succeeds in Ranga getting married to Ratna is being shown in this chapter. So children, let's move to the lesson. Ranga is the son of accountant, and the narrator says that they stay in a village which is in Karnataka, and it's in the district of Mysore, and the name of the village is Hosha Ali. And Ranga, he has been sent by the accountant to Bangalore for higher education in English. Children, when this story was written, at that time, getting higher education, and that too English education, was very, you can say, very little, because people generally didn't know how to speak English, and English medium schools were very few in number, and getting English education was a very big deal during those days. So when the story starts, the narrator Shama, he introduces us to his village, and he says that his village is a very small village in a town of Karnataka, Mysore, and he says that you can't find our village in any geography map book, because the Britishers, as I told you, the story was written during the British rule, and the narrator says that the Britishers, they only write about big cities or big famous places they show in the maps, in the geography books. But my village is a very small village, so even if you look through the geography books, you can't find my village. Further, he even praises his village, and he says that my village is one of the beautiful village, and he says I'm not flattering my village. The sour mangoes, and he praises the mango trees of his village, and says that the mangoes are so sour that if anybody eats the pickle of the mangoes from his village, they will never forget it because they're very famous. And later on, he even says that there's a small river in his village and there's a creeper. जिसको बेल बोलते हैं. And the creeper has got very big leaves. And people, during any feast, they can have food on these leaves. Children, in southern India, there's a tradition that only on any auspicious feast, people eat their food on banana leaves, lotus leaves. So also, the narrator says that even the leaves of the creeper of his village, they are very big in size, and if there is lack of plates, people at times they can use these leaves as the plates also to have their meals. Now, commenting on the title, the narrator says that I could have chosen some other title that like Ranganaja Weddings, Kalyanam, or some big titles. But he said that no, he has chosen a very simple title, that is Ranga's marriage, because this Ranganadacharya or this Ranga is a very own Ranga. That means the narrator want to say that Naranga is very close to me, so I just chose his common name and gave the title of the lesson, that is Ranga's marriage. And he says that because Ranga is very close, a big title was not needed. Now, after introducing us to Ranga, the narrator says that Ranga was sent to Bangalore for higher education, and that too in English. And at that time, as I said, getting education, no one even dared to send their children out of the village for higher education. And it pats the accountant for showing courage to send his son for higher education. And he's telling that I'm telling the story 10 years back. That means he was telling the narration that took 10 years back. Now the narrator is telling that Ranga was sent for education in English education to Bangalore. So after 6 months, he comes to his town. Generally, when you go for higher studies, you come and visit your place. When he comes and visit Hosha Ali, all the village folk, that is all the people of village, they come to Ranga's house. Why? They wanted to have a glimpse of Ranga. They were expecting what changes have come in Ranga. Now that he has gone to a city to study English, has the English education changed Ranga? During that time, when some Indians, they were getting English education, what they used to do? They used to ape or they used to copy these Englishmen. They used to wear clothes like these English people. They used to smoke cigar, cap like those English people. So everybody in the village, people, they were very curious and they wanted to see what changes took place in Ranga. So they all came to his house, and in the corridor, veranda, all were standing. And as soon as Ranga came, he was standing in the corridor. The people came and gazed at him. Some were staring, some were gazing. But unfortunately, their anxiety was finished because there was no change in Ranga. Rather, he folded his hand and he even bowed everybody. That means he greeted. So that is our Indian tradition. So now there was one old lady. What does she do? She goes and she moves her hand over the chest of Ranga. She was trying to search the sacred thread. You know, this sacred thread means, like in our Hindu mythology, it is called a Janevu. And generally, in India, or you can say in Hindus, those are Brahmins, that is the upper caste Brahmins, they wear a sacred thread around their neck, and that is called as Janevu. So this old lady, she goes and tries to find out whether the Janevu or the sacred thread is around Ranga's chest or not. When she finds the sacred thread, she is a bit relieved. That means she has confirmed herself that though Ranga is getting English education, it has not changed his values. It has not changed his culture. So she is a bit pacified. And people were expecting now that he's getting English education, maybe he has become modern and he won't be wearing Janevu and all. Rather, he folded hands, he bowed to everybody. Now everybody's curiosity or anxiety was vanished because they did not find much change in Ranga, and everybody left to their houses. And as I told you, Ranga was the neighbor of our own Shama, that is narrator. So Ranga says that he boards down to our narrator and he goes to meet narrator to his house. Ranga also smiles because what does he see? See how people have come to see me, and he says that the people see those two eyes, the same nose, the same mouth, the same ear, the same body of Ranga, and they also go to their house. So now our narrator, he then when the crowd dispersed, he asked Ranga, "How are you, Rangappa?" Actually, Rangappa is his original name. Then what does he say? Okay, I'm all right with your blessings, and he bows and touches the feet of our narrator.